What's up everyone? In this video I'm going to talk about the Nikon D3100 and see if it's still good in 2020. And you know what? I think it's still a really good camera for its age. So the D3100 was released in August of 2010. This makes this DSLR a 10-year-old camera. The D3100 has a 14.2 megapixel DX CMOS sensor. It does have 11 AF points and it does do video recording. The Nikon D3100 does have video recording. So one of the good things I really like about the D3100 is that it does video. It does 1080p, 720p. And another good thing I like about this camera is that it does pretty good for low light situations too. I wouldn't trust it for sports, but if you're just doing night portraits, taking photos at night, it's actually really good for its age. Another thing I like about this camera is the LCD screen. The 3-inch LCD screen is actually really nice. I've been using my D60 and D40 and even the D80. The D3100 blows all those cameras away. The LCD is actually really good. And another cool thing that I do like about this camera is the live view. You can switch into live view mode and take pictures. The focus is a little slow compared to, modern cameras now, but for its age, a 10-year-old camera, you can use the live view to take pictures and for videos. And that's really nice already. That's one of the things I like about using live view is you can go at certain angles and use it instead of just going at a tight space and using it. Or you can put this above you and just go to live view and you can see what you're shooting. One of the bad things about the Nikon D3100 is actually the live view. I wouldn't really trust it if you're taking photos, especially if you were doing a wide shot or a portrait. You do have to control the focus point to kind of focus on the subject if you're doing portraits. But if you're doing landscape or a room or an event, not too bad. But if you're doing portraits and you want to do live view, you do have to move the cursor, and the cursor is just a little bit slow. So another bad thing about the D3100 is just the video AF. There is no video AF, so I can't point this at a shot and it won't autofocus until I press the shutter halfway. That kind of sucks because if you want something instant, you can just focus it, but you can't do that. You do have to point to your subject and then press halfway shutter, and then it will try to focus on that subject. That's the only thing I don't like about the D3100's video mode. It's not really a deal breaker for me, but it's the 1/4000 shutter speed. For some, it can be a deal breaker. For me, I just don't like being limited to 1/4000, especially if I'm doing portraits on a super bright day. So overall, the D3100 is actually an excellent camera, especially if you're just getting started with photography and you don't want to get the older cameras like the D40 or the D60s and you're looking at the D3000 cameras. The D3100 is actually a really nice camera to start out with, especially if you're on a budget. If you had a D3000, comment below and let me know what you think if you upgraded from the D3000 to the D3100. The D3100 does take SD cards. I'll have a link below where you can buy the SD card. It does have only one slot, so it's not a dual slot like the other modern cameras. So it's only a one SD slot memory card. So again, like I said, I really do like the LCD on this D3100. I've been using my D60, my D40, my D80, even the D300. And the D3100 blows them away just because it's more modern, it's more updated, and the LCD screen is just wonderful to look at. So another thing I like about the D3100 too is the image quality. It's actually really good. I was actually surprised on how good these images turned out on the D3100. But here's a few examples of the D3100's low light performance too. Reviews have said that the image quality is pretty close to the D7000, and that's really good. That says a lot about this camera. So throw a decent lens on it and just shoot away and it's going to produce really high quality images. As said in the beginning, the D3100 is an excellent camera if you're just starting out and you're not looking at the D60s or the D40s and you're looking at the D3000 ranges. And if the D3200s and so on is too much for you and you can find a D3100 for a good deal, definitely pick it up. You know what, man, I would have loved to have started out with the D3100. I started out with the D40. I'll have a link right here about my review on the D40, but man, I wish I started out with the D3100 because it's such an amazing camera to start out with. So I'll have a link below where you can purchase the D3100 and lenses that I would highly recommend. So yeah, if you have a D3100, comment below and let me know what you think about it. Thanks for watching everyone. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions about the D3100, please comment below and I'll try my best to answer. Thanks again for watching and I really appreciate it. See ya.